Hi there. I'm Tumi your two-pot retirement tutor. I'm here to help you understand how the new laws that will come into effect on September 1st, 2024 will affect your retirement savings. Importantly, every decision that you make on your retirement savings journey impacts your goal of a confident, comfortable retirement. First, it's important to know what retirement savings are. That's all the money that you've saved for when you retire one day and includes your pension fund that you're paying into at work, the pension fund money that you've preserved from the previous companies that you worked for, and the retirement annuities that you're investing into. The new system requires retirement funds such as your pension fund, your preservation fund, and your retirement annuity fund to change the rules that apply to your savings and benefits. Under the new system, your retirement savings in a retirement fund will be divided into three components or pots. Vested component, savings component, retirement component. When you retire, what you are allowed to do with your savings will be different in each of your pots. And, importantly, not everyone will have all three pots when they retire. Before we look into the different pots, you need to know what the word vested means in the context of the two-pot system. The word simply means you have a full and unconditional legal right to something. So, in the first pot is the protected or ring-fenced part of your retirement savings called your vested component. The rules governing this pot cannot change. What your options are at retirement for your vested component will depend on the retirement rules in your retirement fund before September 1st, 2024. This means that the rights you have before this date will remain protected. In your vested component, you might have a vested rights portion or a non-vested rights portion, or both. When you retire, if you have a vested rights portion in your vested component, the full balance in this portion will be available to you as a cash lump sum, subject to tax, or a compulsory pension income, or a combination of the two. If you have a non-vested rights portion in your vested component, here's an example of how it can be administered at retirement. This is John Smith. He is 65 and retiring. His vested pot of savings is 500,000 Rand. The non-vested rights portion of this vested pot is 120,000 Rand. Therefore, he can take up to 40,000 Rand as a cash lump sum, subject to tax. The balance of no less than 2/3, or in this case, 80,000 Rand, of this non-vested rights portion will be used to purchase his compulsory pension income, such as a life annuity. Now, let's talk about the second part of your retirement savings, which is the controlled access part of your retirement savings. It's called your savings pot. At retirement, you may take up to the full balance that is left in this component as a cash lump sum, subject to tax. You will also be able to purchase a compulsory pension income, such as a life annuity, with the value in this component. The third pot is the preserved part of your retirement savings and is called your retirement pot. You will not be allowed to withdraw a cash lump sum from the retirement component at retirement. All the retirement savings in this component must be used to purchase a compulsory pension income, such as a life annuity, which will provide income for you during your retirement. However, if a prescribed minimum applies to your retirement pot, you might be entitled to take a cash lump sum subject to tax. This prescribed minimum rule means that if the total value in your retirement pot plus 2/3 of the value in your non-vested portion of your vested pot is equal to or less than 165,000 Rand, you may take the amount in cash, subject to tax. So, you can take the cash if your sum looks like this. Retirement pot plus 2/3 of non-vested portion of vested pot equals 165,000 Rand. Remember John Smith? His vested pot of savings is 500,000 Rand. The non-vested rights portion of this vested pot is 120,000 Rand. His retirement pot is 50,000 Rand at date of his retirement. Because his retirement pot is 50,000 Rand plus 2/3 of his non-vested portion in his vested pot is 80,000 Rand, he can take these two amounts in cash, subject to tax. 50,000 Rand plus 80,000 Rand equals 130,000 Rand, which is less than 165,000 Rand. He will be allowed to take the 130,000 Rand as cash and not need to buy a pension income with it. We hope that you understand the three pots of the new retirement system a little better. For more information, visit Glacier Insights Retirement Fund Members Information Hub or speak to your financial advisor. Until next time.